Hello, welcome here, guys. In the previous lecture, we have created base layout. In this lecture, I would like to show you additional way how you can use base layout. Okay, back to our code. I would like to show you this additional pattern without wrapping your component into the base layout. So what you could do instead of wrapping base layout, you could use your app.js component, because app.js component is basically your root component. Everything is rendered through app.js. The component here, there's a reference to the component. What you're seeing here is basically your page. So all your pages are rendered through underscore app.js. You can imagine this course here, there's entire content is in the end provided here in the underscore app.js, and the component here is basically this base layout and your content. So what we can use here, we can do something like this. We can go to our pages, to our index.js. Let's remove this wrapping of the base layout. Now we need some wrapping because we need to have some parent element wrapping all of these children elements. So let's write here empty bracket, empty ending bracket, and access your home page like this, your function, and provide here additional property, and let's call it layout like this. And to layout, assign your base layout like this. Okay. You can do the same in the course.js. Okay, so here you can remove the base layout. Please, let's remove the name so we have some wrapping around. Okay, and here a course.layout equal base layout. Okay, so that's the pattern you can use. Now, it will not work yet because we need to do one more change here, but basically you can now decide if you want to use this pattern or the other pattern. They are both of them are good. Okay, it depends on what you need, because this way it's harder to pass here props instead of when you have like just a base layout here. Okay, so you can decide yourself. Okay, but this will not work as I mentioned. We need to go to app.js and we need to extract our layout component from a component here. So I need to write here something like this. I need to write here const layout, and I will extract the layout from the component component.layout. This will get me layout, and I will wrap this content here. Okay, so I'll do something like this, layout, and I will wrap the component inside like this. That's the basic layout I'm getting through my pages. This home layout and the course layout, it will get here to the component, because I mentioned, as I told you, component is basically your page. On your page now you have a layout property. You can extract your layout component and you can wrap your page here. Okay, so let's save it, and it should work as well. When you will save everything, you can go to browser. All right. Refresh, and everything is working. Now we can visit the course page. Just a course, guys. So course, and everything should work as before. There will be one issue, though, when you will forget to provide the layout at all. So when, for example, here a course layout, you will forget about it. So I'll comment it out, you will save it. There you will have an error. Okay, because now in your app.js, when you're trying to render your course page, you are trying to extract layout from the component, but there is undefined, there is nothing. So you are wrapping your component into undefined, which will get you error. What you can do in such a case, you can provide a default component. Let's say up here you can write component const no operation nope. Basically, we are marking it as an op nope. It will be normal function that will return your children like this. You can write just brackets. You can write here curly brackets the children, and you can lowercase children, and you can extract children from the props of this no operation component. So curly brackets. Let's write here children. And basically, what you will say here, if you don't have a layout, assign to the layout no operation component like this. Okay, so double question marks. So you can check if you have. This will check if you have an undefined value or null value. If your value is not undefined or null, you will assign to the layout component.layout. If you don't have here any value, so if it is undefined or null, then you will assign no operation component to the layout. And no operation component is just an empty component that takes the children and re-render them. So that's basically it. Of course, you could use here if else statement, if else to check if you have a component layout, but this one is just a simple one-liner. Okay, so now even though you not provide your layout, you will still provide a component, but of course without the header and without the footer. So please just not forget about this, that you need to provide here in a course layout your layout or wrap your component. Up to you, completely up to you guys. Okay, now you can save this. Everything is working and we have a layout here. Maybe we should add here some padding on the bottom, but let's take care of it later. Yeah, so we can continue. We can continue with the more architectural changes. We can try to fetch the actual courses. We will be moving away these components, and all of these improvements will be handled in the next lecture, guys. So I hope to see you there. Cheers.